So I'm talking to him and the lawyer's like, I'm telling you, this is illegal. It's unconstitutional to force people to wear masks. So I'm like, why do you think it's unconstitutional to force somebody to wear a mask? It doesn't make any sense to me. So he's, telling me all this, right? And then he's telling me all this about, freedom of expression. The government can't force you to wear a mask. This is ridiculous. How can the government force you to wear a mask? Then he goes and he starts disproving other statements. Like he starts saying, well, people are saying, the government can force you to wear a seatbelt, but that's only limited when I'm driving a car, so the seatbelt is a bad argument. So he goes through his whole thing, right? This whole thing about how masks are unlawful against the United States Constitution. So we go through the whole thing. So after he finishes, he says, so you agree with me? My argument's good. And I said, no, I think this is one of the worst arguments I've heard for this thing, to be honest with you. He gets upset. He says, why? So I says, well, the government forces people to wear clothing all the time. It's forcing me to wear clothing now, right? It forces, if I want to go to the supermarket, I got to wear clothes. But specifically, I have to wear loin coverings. What does that mean? I got to wear something to cover my private areas. Now, what those private areas are determined by locality, right? If you're in New York, we have the Free the Nipple campaign, so women can walk out bare-chested, just like men, but you still have to have something covering your loins. Your private areas down there, your buttocks and genitalia. And that's the law. Anything, if you don't wear that, you will be arrested for indecent exposure, right? The law says you must wear something covering your loin. So you could just wear a bikini bottom, but you have to have some type of loin covering on, right? You are being forced. And the reason why they force you to wear a loin covering is to protect other people's eyes, right? Indecency. They want to protect my eyes from your loins. So if I say wear a mask to protect my life from a disease, I think that's a stronger argument than protecting my eyes from your loins. So so when I explained it to him that way, he blew up on me. He's like, oh no, it's different. So I said, well, just tell me how it's different. How is it different than you wearing coverings on your loins versus covering on over your face? I don't know. It just, a mask is just another piece of clothing that you're being required to wear if you're going to be out in public. That's just what it is.